Hey there everyone, Tom here. Welcome back to another Drive Me video. Let me just turn on my dials and stuff around. And today we're going to be talking about lockdown and me going back to work. I'm not sure what the title officially is going to be, but about literally the day that lockdown was announced, well, the first week of lockdown, the official lockdown, I started a brand new job, my first ever full-time job outside of being at college and that kind of thing. And I did 2 weeks of work, and then I went on to, well, I just basically couldn't go into work because there wasn't any work to do. It wasn't that he couldn't be open or they couldn't be open, it was just that I couldn't go in because there wasn't anything to do. Now, that was 3 months of that, and in the UK there was there is, because it's still going on as I'm recording this video, a furlough scheme, which is basically where you can get 80% of your wages back from the government. I think that the employer has to claim it, but I unfortunately didn't actually apply by those rules because I started probably a week or two after the date that was like a cut-off date for being able to claim for it. Now, that's not necessarily the worst thing about it. I mean, yeah, I didn't really get paid for the last 3 months, even though I just started a new job. The most important thing about this, and the most difficult thing, was going back. It was the fact that I'd just done 2 weeks of work. I'd learned pretty much everything, well, not everything, but I'd learned some stuff to do and how to do it. But obviously, because I hadn't then gone to work, it was then a case of, oh, I've forgotten well, not absolutely everything, but pretty much everything that I had to do before. Obviously, I've kind of relearned it. This is like the second week back after going back in, and I'm 99.9% sure that I've learned everything that I need to learn again. I'm obviously going to have to improve and stuff and learn some better things and better techniques and stuff of how to do stuff. But hopefully I'm doing alright, and I can have some progress updates and that kind of thing. But hopefully I'm doing better than I was before, and hopefully I've learned some new techniques and stuff to be able to get the work done properly. But yeah, that's the hardest thing about it. The hardest thing was going back to work and, you know, not remembering how to do stuff 100% to the official standard of how I was taught before. Because obviously 3 months of not doing it made me forget some of the stuff that I'd learned previously, which is obviously unfortunate and not necessarily the best thing in the world. And of course, you don't really want to start a new job and then like 2 weeks into it you have to go off for 3 months because of this virus. But yeah, that's pretty much how it affected me. It was just a case of, I got a new job 2 weeks before, but literally of the week of the lockdown starting and places being closed. And then the only really reason why I couldn't go in is because there wasn't really much work for me to do. And then I don't know if I would have gone in if there was work, or if I would have decided that I didn't want to, or something like that. But it was kind of annoying that I just started a new job and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get paid and all that kind of stuff. And then I wanted to work for the money, obviously. I wanted to do some work and make the guy that I work for money, and then he pays me. But it's a case of I couldn't really do that, you know, and that kind of thing. But yeah, we are heading to work now, by the way, and that's what I'm doing today. But I don't really know how else it affected. I mean, me and my girlfriend spent lots and lots of time together, so that's always good. Well, I see it as being quite good. Me and her spent pretty much every single day for the last 3 months together, so that's not a negative, that's kind of a positive. and it's not a bad thing, you know. I didn't get affected that badly by it. Obviously other people did, and unfortunately they did, you know, and I can't really speak for that side, but it is really unfortunate. I wanted to go see my grandparents, but we couldn't go and see them due to this and that kind of thing, but I don't know. Spending time with my family and stuff, and going for little walks and stuff, away from people and all that kind of stuff, that's basically all I did. That's all I did during the time, you know. I'd either stay at home or I'd go on little walks away from people, but other than that I didn't really do anything during the time. I mean, I didn't really go out or anything like that, so and I didn't really go out anyway, so I think I actually go outside, do walks, going walking and cycling and running and all that kind of stuff more now than I ever did before, which is insane because you'd think that I do it more before rather than after or during. I know I used to play hockey before lockdown. I used to play field hockey. I mean, I probably will be going back to that soon or whenever it is available and we are actually allowed to go back according to the England hockey officials or whatever it is that need to decide that hockey can start again. But I'm not too keen on doing that because of the whole distancing and playing hockey and that kind of thing. I mean, you get really close to each other and you've got to, well, not necessarily touch the same like hockey ball, but like you gotta be real close and you gotta communicate and talk right next to each other, and it'd be very, very, very difficult to, number one, wear gloves while playing hockey, and number two, be wearing a mask and that kind of thing to stay properly safe and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure eventually everything will go back to a more normal environment and stuff like that. Places are now obviously opening due to like probably some sort of economical thing of the country may or may not be going into a recession, but they need to get stuff open, that kind of thing. But I'm definitely not going to go into that. I guess that's the same with me. It's just like I didn't earn anything for the last 3 months, so I needed to go back to work at some point. I mean, luckily some people, and the majority of people, the furlough scheme did sort them out and they were able to get at least some money during this time. And I mean, considerably a lot of money for some, probably, because if you're earning like £2,000–3,000 a month and then you're only getting 80% of that, and for the people that obviously were working at home, obviously working at home isn't as good as working in the office because you probably are less productive. But, well, my dad definitely is less productive, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's basically everything that affected me during lockdown. I mean, not really anything really. I mean, obviously I'm not going to make this title insane and mental and that kind of thing, and at least if you do watch to the end, I mean, I give like all the support, all the energy, everything out to the people that were massively affected. You know, all the love, stay safe and that kind of stuff. But it didn't affect me that much, and I have no kind of way of telling you like, yeah, I know how this feels or how I know how that feels or stuff like that, because I've got no idea. All I know is that my recollection and how it worked for me was completely different to how it worked for other people, and I'm just sharing to even my future self or to anybody else out there who wants to listen how it affected me. Like I said, it didn't really affect me that much, so opening again, like pubs, hotels, like I think it's in front of me, all opening again, so everything is going back to normal. I'm going back to work, my girlfriend Morgan's going back to work, hopefully this week or next week. Obviously that's the subject to change due to her work being pub and that kind of thing, but hopefully everyone's staying safe, hopefully everyone's being distant and not being stupid and that kind of thing. I mean stupid in the sense that they're meeting up with too many people, when being particularly close together and that kind of thing. Just abide by whatever they say and that kind of stuff, so you can stay absolutely and 100% safe. Because the next thing you don't need to be safe and then get it. You don't. Yeah, like I said. Anyway guys, that is kind of how it affected me. It's exactly how it affected me. It didn't really affect me that much, apart from the fact that I just started a new job and I then was unable to improve and progress in the job. And then obviously because it was 3 months, the 3 months period ended. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to go play it by ear and that kind of thing. Hopefully this is a decent enough video to explain this, but I don't know. I feel like I've been more active. Well, not really more active, but like I've done more stuff with my family, so I've spent more family time together than I did before, which is really, really, really good and that kind of thing. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed and I hope to see you guys next time.